Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sat Sri Akal, Namaste, and good afternoon, everyone who is watching live every Sunday. This mathematics free for all class for everyone who is interested in getting any information, any questions and concerns, or any learning they like to have free for all for grade 9 and 10. At this point, I am using every week. Today's topic is, as everybody can see, is the Pythagoras theorem, and very popular theorem in mathematics. Anyone who has grade 10 or high school mathematics done, they are very much familiar. Very simple and easy calculations. One of my favorites when I was in high school to calculate and to evaluate these values, because it's very you enjoy mathematics when you actually going through easily, and it gets frustrating when you're stuck on any one small point. Yesterday I had a student who have messaged me, rather the student's mother messaged me that they were getting some challenge to understand one question. And when I was actually driving, and I was not able to look at that numbers, so I stopped at one point and I looked at the numbers and I requested them I'll be responding them at a later time. So while I was driving, I was just thinking about that question, because that's a normal when you are discussing something, you always get to just think about the same things what you were planning to calculate those numbers. So it wasn't clicking in my mind, and I was getting even frustrated that why this question or next missing number is not coming in my mind. So then when I came home, I was relaxed, and I this is my even practice when I was in school and college universities. Mathematics, once you are in a stressful situation, your mind doesn't work. Every time you are stuck at some problem, just take it easy. Might be stop at that point and just do something different and then come back. And most of the time your mind is completely focusing, and then you'll be able to get easily those part done. So today topic is Pythagoras theorem, and as I mentioned, this is a free for all mathematics. Anyone who like to take advantage, I have started a YouTube channel where I post these videos on that channel via lesson by lesson numbers. Currently, we are at the end of grade 9, and hopefully, after a few next lessons, I'll be finishing grade 9 from start till end, and then I'll be starting grade 10 classes as well. So, Pythagoras theorem, if I read from my notebook, it clearly shows you this is a Pythagoras theorem actually is related to the right angle triangle. And in mathematics, if you know, the right angle triangle is a triangle which has at least one angle which is 90 degrees. So that in this particular case, if I show you on the screen, my this angle is called 90 degree. Normally we make a square. We don't have to write on 90 degree, but indicating this small square shows you that this angle was 90 degree. So this theorem explains you that how we calculate in next examples and question missing side. If you know the value of this side and this side, or hypotenuse, perpendicular, and base, then out of three, if you have two values, the missing side you can easily calculate using the Pythagoras theorem. But first we need to understand what actually is Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem explains that whatever the measurement of this side is, if we construct a square, square means that whatever the side measurement is, your all these sides should be the same side. So the area of this square should be and must be, if it's a right angle triangle, equal to the area of this side and area of this square. So the way we calculated the square is, say if this is 4 centimeter, then this all three side other sides which should be 4 centimeter. If this is 2 centimeter, this one, then these sides should be 2 centimeter. If this is 7 or 8 centimeter, then all these sides should be the same length. So once we find out the square of this hypotenuse value, a square of this and square of this, so then Pythagoras theorem explains you that this h square mean the hypotenuse square should be equal to, this is my base square plus perpendicular square. We can call it A, B, C, X, Y, Z, whatever we like. But the objective is that the square of hypotenuse value should be equal to the sum of these two squares. That's the standard. So now in this particular case, if we are given any two values of a right angle triangle, the missing side can be easily calculated using this formula. As I mentioned, I am using h to explain this is hypotenuse. I'm using this b to explain you this is base square, and I'm using p to explain this is a perpendicular square. So in this way, we can easily find out. So now let's say an example is given that I am given example, let's say, let me draw right here. So if I have been given the base is, for example, 6 centimeter, this is 3 centimeter, and this is right angle, I need to find out what is this side. So for example, this is my A, B, and C. So I'm asked to find out what is this side. So if I understand this formula of Pythagoras theorem, I'm going to use the same right here. So let me just rub this one and it will be explaining you. So I hope that everybody understand this. If not, then feel free to contact me and I'll explain to you further. So to avoid this, let me just go back and calculate this one. So in this particular case, H is BC. So my BC square should be equal to the sum of this square and sum of this and this square. So the next would be AB square plus AC square. So I have AB, which is 6 square plus 3 square, that is 6, 6, 36, 3 3s are 9, sorry, this is plus. So now what would be the score? It would be 45. So 45 would be my result, and in this case, yes, so that is 6 6 are 36, 3 3s are 9, and this gives me 45. And then if I have BC square, so if I have to find out BC, means I need to take this square root of both sides. So this cancels. So my BC comes to 45 square root of 45. So this is how we can easily calculate the value of this hypotenuse. Once again, Pythagoras theorem is very simple to understand, that whenever you are working on a right angle triangle and you are given two sides and missing one, that could be your missing area of it could be missing base, it could be missing perpendicular, it could be missing hypotenuse. So any two are given and one is missing, we can easily find out. So let me give you some more examples to calculate how we are going to find out the missing area. So I have some examples given right here. If I have another example, which I'm going to use like this, so say I have a right angle triangle where the value is given to me is 3 centimeter. Sorry, I should have written with my previous unit. Always remember that you should not be missing the unit, because if I'm given unit, then my answer in the previous one should be 45 square root centimeter. That's how it should be. So I missed the unit. So unit is, again, if you don't utilize this unit, that means you are going to lose the marks because your answer is not complete. And now in this question, they're asking me, for example, this is A, B, and C. So I'm asked to find out this one where the hypotenuse value is given as 6 centimeter, right? So the key is that, again, hypotenuse square is equal to base square plus perpendicular square. So this is H for hypotenuse, B for base, P for perpendicular. Now in this particular case, I am supposed to find out the base square. So if I have to find out this value, means I should rearrange these just following the algebraic value. So then I can move P here. So it could be H square minus P square is equal to B square. So now h square is, or we can call bc square, whichever we like, and then perpendicular square would be 9, or let's go step by step so there is no confusion. So if I use this one, I'll be using 3 square. Then sorry, uh, this should be right here. I apologize. H is my hypotenuse, which was 6 square, minus my perpendicular, which is 3 square. So if I do this up here, so this would be 36 minus 9. So 36 minus 9 will be given me what is 17. So my h square, or another way I can call it bc square, should be 17. And then once I use the square root of this, so bc and then 17, this square root cancels, and then 17 centimeter. So remember, if I am going to write down with all, this should be, if final answer should be centimeter square, but then calculate this one, centimeter square, and then centimeter square. So this becomes 17 under square root 17 centimeter. So this is how we can find out any missing area. This is the beauty of Pythagoras theorem. Anytime you are given a triangle, that triangle, if is a right angle triangle, you need to find out where is the right angle. So if this is a right angle, right, the side which is exactly opposite to the right angle will be declared as hypotenuse. And then depending on this, if this was the other way, we can call this one as a base, this could be a perpendicular. Of if we are calling this way, then it could be base and perpendicular. So those position can be changed depending on the position of this, but the side opposite to this right angle is always called perpendicular, hypotenuse. And then we just follow the Pythagoras theorem, which says the square of hypotenuse is always equal to the sum of the base square and perpendicular square. So we utilize that, and then whatever was missing, we just use the regular common algebra. We reorganize the positions and then inserted the values and find out. The last step is a little bit tricky, that once it's square, we need to find out without square. So we took the square root of both sides, and this is how we find out the value. So I hope that I was able to. Someone mentioned 27. Let me oh, sorry. Thank you, Ramon Frasa. Uh, Once you are doing the oral job, this is how you do. Thanks a lot. It was 27, and then again 27 centimeters square, and once again 27 centimeters square this, and once again this would be 27 centimeter square, and this is centimeter. I apologize once you're looking at my live screen and looking at the screen and then camera. Sometimes you are doing three different areas, and this mistake. I appreciate that people are watching and looking at the mistakes. Thank you for correcting me. So that was the main objective of Pythagoras theorem. I hope that you understand uh, how this one works. As I mentioned, the key part to understand is the side which is going to be the opposite of the right angle is called hypotenuse, and then perpendicular and base, and then this is how we can find out. Pythagoras theorem is simple. It says the square of hypotenuse is always equal to the sum of the square of base and square of perpendicular and square of a base. So this is how we can easily find out this result. And next week I'll do some more. It's the next topic coming is solving problems using the Pythagoras theorem. So we'll be working on some more examples to have a better understanding. So I hope that I was able to explain. Once again, thank you for watching, and feel free to watch this program later on my YouTube channel. I always post these lessons. So thanks, and see you next Sunday.